In yesterday's lecture, I told you about what are the fossil fuels and the three types of fossil fuels, that is coal, petroleum and the natural gas. I also told you that how the fossil fuels are formed, that is they are formed when the dead of the animals in the plants remain under the earth, deep under the earth for a very long period of time, that is billion of years under high temperature and the high pressure. Then they form fossil fuel. Also I told you about that sun is the ultimate source of energy. See, source of energy, source means from where we get energy. So here we get the energy from the fossil fuels. So we can say that basically sun is the main source of these fossil fuels. How fossil fuels? Fossil fuels are the, as you know, that the dead of the remains of the plants and the animals. When these plants and animals were alive, plants prepare their food by using sunlight and the carbon dioxide and the chlorophyll, and then they store energy in form of carbon and hydrocarbon and in their own each part of the plants, each part of the leaf and each part of the wood. Also those plants, when eaten by animals, they also swallow that one and then carbon present in them. So when they die and they bury deep under that, so hydrocarbons, these fossil fuels are formed which contain hydrogen, carbon and some other element. The very first form of a fossil fuel, that is coal. What is a coal? Coal is basically a mixture of the compounds of hydrogen and the carbon. In chemistry you will learn about the hydrocarbon. Hydrocarbon means hydrogen plus carbon, and coal also contains some free carbons. Along with this, that also have a few traces of the nitrogen and the sulfur. We use coal as a main source of the energy. Either we use the coal directly or we convert that coal in form of the coal gas as a source of energy. Now this variety of the coals, there are basically the main four varieties of the coal. This variety of the coal depends upon the percentage of carbon present in that. The best is the anthracite. Anthracite contains more than 85% of the carbon. That contain more than 85% of the carbon in that one. That is the best form of the coal that gives more energy. Second comes bituminous, which contain 65% to 85%. Next comes ignite, that becomes 25% to 65%. That contain 55%, 25% to 65%. And next is the peat. Peat basically contain less than the 25%. At few places it's written that peat basically is not a form of a coal. Also in few of the topic you may find somewhere in either in the on the net or somewhere in the book, because this contain a very less amount of the carbon. So that anthracite is the best form of the coal that we use as a fuel. Now, coal also contain nitrogen and the sulfur. Main coal contains, that is the hydrocarbon, that is carbon and hydrogen compounds. Also it contains nitrogen and sulfur. So by using destructive distillation, we convert the coal in a good one more fuel we call is a coke, which contains basically 98% of the carbon and is the best fuel which does not pollute the environment. As I told, coal contains nitrogen and sulfur. So when coal burns, they also release sulfur dioxide and sulfur trioxide. Sulfur dioxide is SO2, sulfur trioxide is SO3, where that also contain nitrous oxide or the nitrogen dioxide. Nitrous oxide or nitrogen dioxide, they also release those gases. But once it's converted into the coke as 90% carbon, does not pollute the environment, does not release harmful gases. Now what is a destructive distillation? That means heating of coal in absence of oxygen, that we do at a very large scale in the industry purpose. Now when we do the destructive distillation of this coal, we get the byproduct as coal gas, coal tar, amino acid liquid, and main is the coke which we use as a fuel. Now comes the uses of coal. The main use of the coal, that is we use for a heating purpose at home or at the industries. We also use coal mainly in the thermal power plant. Thermal means heat. Thermal power plant is a place where we generate electricity, produce electricity. Now third is used to make the coke, as I told you in the, and the fourth, it is also used in making the coal gas. Coal gas is one of the byproduct when we do the destructive distillation, and also coal is used to make the synthetic petrol and the synthetic natural gas. Now let us talk about the petroleum gas. What is the gas which we find above the crude oil? That is a petroleum gas. The main constituents of petroleum gas is butane with a small amount of the propane and ethane. Basically these butane, propane, alkane, these are the hydrocarbons, and hydrocarbons are three types that you will learn in the chemistry in the chapter of carbon and its compound. Basically these hydrocarbons, they burn very quickly. These hydrocarbon burns very quickly and completely, so no residue is left. This gas can be easily compressed at an atmospheric pressure, simple atmospheric pressure, so that we that can be converted in liquid form. We call it, that's why we call it as a LPG. LPG has no smell by nature. These hydrocarbons in butane, propane, ethane, they don't have any smell, any bad smell. But our gas cylinder, they have, that has a bad smell. That bad smell is, we add ethyl mercaptan. There is a chemical ethyl mercaptan, that is C2H5SH, S for sulfur. So here basically that bad smell is basically because of this sulfur. So we add ethyl mercaptan, so that if there is any leakage in a gas cylinder, that can be detected because it is very highly inflammable and may be dangerous. Now let us talk about advantage of the liquefied petroleum gas. Liquefied petroleum gas that burns, that is very having a high calorific value, that is a 50 kilojoule per gram. Next, it produces very less smoke and no pollution in it. And second thing, no poisonous gases produced, as in burning of the coal we get sulfur dioxide and sulfur trioxide as a poisonous gas. In case of LPG, we do not get any poisonous gas. It is easy to handle and convenient to store, and it is a very clean fuel because that again no pollution, burns completely. But one thing is that being highly inflammable, the main thing is this, it may be danger for some, if suppose in case any leakage is there, so if we burn the matchstick, that may get catch fire. So there are the few precautions also which we have to go through so that we will be aware, so to avoid any accident. First thing is, before burning of the matchstick, you should be aware that there is no leakage in that gas. Next, don't keep any flammable item like stove or the heater nearby that one. Next, if suppose cylinder is already in leakage, so do not use. Better call this gas agency person to replace the cylinder. You may keep it somewhere outside. And next, you may check the rubber which we use from gas cylinder to the gas stove, that after 6 months and will get replaced if suppose there is a cut and all. And if we are not using this gas cylinder for a long time, suppose you are gone for vacation somewhere, so better put valve off from the cylinder so that no gas will leakage. Please read this advantage and the disadvantage from your book. Thank you. Now the third type of the fossil fuel, that is natural gas. Natural gas that burns easily, completely, and produce large amount of the heat with no extra pollution. Natural gas mainly contain methane with a small amount of the ethane and propane. And as it is a good fuel, so there is few use of the where we can use in our domestic and the industrial fuel. That is the first point. And second, we also use in a thermal power plant to generate electricity. Basically, we use just natural gas to boil the water in thermal power plant so that electricity can be produced. Now, the third point is that also used in vehicles. nowadays known as a CNG. That gas is known as a CNG, that is compressed natural gas. So in many of the metropolitan city we have a now the vehicle comes as a CNG also. Now few are the advantage of this natural gas. The very first thing is it produces very high calorific value, that same nearby 50 kilojoule per gram. It is environment friendly, that is it does not produce any harmful gases, poisonous. One of the most important thing about this gas is we can directly supply from the well where natural gas produced to the homes directly through the network of the pipelines, so that it reduce the charges, extra charges over the transportation and